Hello, everyone. Hopefully I can be heard. Little mix up there with the mic, but I think we are good to go. Joshua, great to see you in chat. Thank you so much. If you guys can hear me, it would be greatly appreciated if you could just let me know that I can be heard. Joshua, Deborah, happy Sunday to you as well. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. I really do appreciate it. It's been a little bit of time since I got on here last, and I apologize for that, but sometimes work just gets in the way, and, the scheduling gets in the way, but I think I have the scheduling down now where it's just going to be continuing with the Wednesdays. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that. Continuing with the Wednesdays and the Sunday streams. Now, the times might differ just a little bit, and I'm going to try to keep it as normal as possible, around 12-ish. But it could be a little bit earlier, could be a little bit later. We'll just kind of have to play it by ear and see how the week is going. But again, I want to do these at least twice a week for you guys, and that's the major goal for me right now. But like I said, it's been probably about a week, even though I've been putting up videos. But again, my favorite part is to be able to get on here and talk to you guys live. So if everyone can just let me know. I think I know Joshua and where Deborah are from, but if people can let me know where you're watching from, that would be greatly appreciated. And thank you so much for the likes up. Thank you, Stacy. Lots of familiar faces in here. I love it. I love seeing that. And again, anyone new or anyone that hasn't let me know yet, let me know where you're watching from, because every single time, thank you, Ambrose, I appreciate it. Every single time I seem to see more and more new faces, which is just tremendous. You don't see that on a lot of channels. And you know what? On a lot of food channels, they do not go live. I'm not sure why that is, but I can honestly say that, and I've checked, and I've talked to a couple people, and they just don't go live and answer questions in real time for people. So it's just one of my favorite things to do. And I think today we have a really, really important topic for you guys. Newark, New Jersey. That's awesome, Joshua. I was just outside. I've been just outside Newark, to be honest. Afrin, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. I almost feel like it's kind of funny because when you're off for a week, sometimes it takes a little bit to get back into that habit. I know if I take like a day or two even off a video, which is pretty seldom, it'll take me that little bit of it'll take me like a day or two to kind of get back into the groove of things. So yeah, Deborah, I think with D-Will, I think he's been coming in towards the end of the streams, but you're right. It has been a little bit of time since he's been in here, but I'm sure he'll be in here fairly soon. Classic MG, hello from Dallas. Hello from Dallas. Awesome to have Dallas in here. Go Cowboys, as I always say. Whenever someone's from Dallas, I always like to point out that I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. No, I'm not from New Jersey, Joshua, but I visited New York. I visited New York many times. I've been there a ton of times. So Newark is just across the water. I've seen Newark. I've taken boat tours and things like that. So I've seen Newark, just never been. Outside of Houston, Texas. Awesome, Stacy. So it's so great to have you guys in here. And like I said, I think this is a really, really important topic. I wanted to start off, since it's been about a week. We talked about keto last time, a little bit of a niche topic. I know a lot of people aren't following a keto diet. Maybe they're not 100% interested in a keto diet, but we still had almost 1,000 views. And a lot of people, even though it was a little bit of a shorter stream, coming into that stream and discussing keto with me, just what it is, the different types of variations, why I think it might be a little bit tougher for some people to stay in keto, and just that it's a metabolic state where known as ketosis, where you're burning fat. But today, I think everyone can sort of benefit from improving kidney function or introducing foods that can help to improve kidney function. I mean, we all have kidneys, and kidneys are just responsible for so many important bodily processes, ones that we might not even consider. So just outside Houston, that's great, guys. Thank you for letting me know. I really appreciate that. So let's get right into it. I always like to kind of just start off with just saying hi to everyone. I really appreciate all of the support. Bangladesh, that's awesome, Afrin. I think you might be the first person from Bangladesh in here. It's great to have you in here. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's talk a little bit about why I picked kidney function. And I might have made a video on this quite some time ago, maybe years ago, where we were talking about kidney function and the importance of kidney function and some things we might want to look out for, if our kidneys aren't working properly. But why is proper kidney function so important? Well, for one, and this is the biggest one, I've touched on this a little bit in other streams, but kidneys are going to help remove extra fluid from the body, which is really important. We don't want to be holding on to that extra fluid. It's going to help flush that out. And perhaps maybe even more important through that, our kidneys are almost like a natural filtration system. And the reason why that I say that is because the kidneys are responsible for removing waste, toxins, pathogens, sort of the unwanted things in our body that we want to eliminate either through urination or through sweating, things like that. Okay, so lots of important function when it comes to kidneys. Also, the one thing with kidneys, and it's not often talked about, and I don't see it on a lot of other channels because it is important. Kidney, liver function, we're specifically targeting kidneys today. A lot of people will combine the two. I would do them separately. I'll probably do a liver function maybe even on Wednesday. But even with our kidneys, it helps to balance and create a healthy balance of water, salts, and minerals. Okay, so I'll say that again. It helps to maintain a healthy balance of water. Remember, it's going to help remove extra fluid from the body. So, of course, we're going to get a nice, healthy balance of water, also salts and minerals. Now, there's going to be certain minerals that we're going to continue to go back and forth with. Yes, Joshua, we're going to get there. Absolutely. Perhaps maybe the most important one. We'll get there for sure. And thank you so much, guys, for the thumbs up. And thank you, everyone who's joining us here. I see the numbers climbing up and up. I just love that. And thank you, everyone who's been supporting the channel. I saw that the olive oil video was just kind of blowing up yesterday. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. I really love that. I got to say, even before I get onto my kidney rant, I think this is one of the strongest and one community that I'm very proud of. I'm very proud to have all of you guys a part of this community. The comments that you guys are leaving, having the feedback in these chats, it just makes me feel really good knowing that everyone is getting something out of it and everyone is contributing to the channel. So thank you so much, guys. So another thing, like I said, there's going to be certain minerals that the kidneys are going to help balance out. So not only water, not only salts, but also certain minerals, and we'll go back to these. All right, so separate salts a little bit from sodium. Okay, guys, I know it's like if you think of regular table salt or anything like that, one of them is going to be sodium. Okay, so it's going to help create a healthy balance of sodium in the body. But also the biggest ones are that we have to even almost watch out for are calcium, phosphorus, and potassium in the blood. Okay, so again, sodium, calcium, potassium, and phosphorus. Okay, so those are probably the four that you're going to hear me go back and forth with. Now, the kidneys not only are sort of our natural filtration system, can help to remove waste, toxins. The liver helps with a little bit of that as well, but the kidneys really, make a huge effect when it comes to reducing and eliminating extra waste in the body and extra fluid for that matter. But the important thing with the kidneys is that it can also help with hormones in the body. Now, think about it like this. All right, why is that important? Well, if we're having beneficial effects with hormones, not only are our kidneys sort of the natural filtration system where we're removing waste, toxins, things like that. But it's also helping make red blood cells. It's also helping to control blood sugar, so it's improving heart health. A lot of the people who have sort of kidney disease and things like that, that's one of the risk factors for heart disease. And as I've mentioned in other live streams, about a third of individuals are going to be dealing with some sort of risk factor when it comes to heart disease. So there's many people. Think about it. If you have 4 friends at a table, at least one of those individuals are going to have some sort of risk factor when it comes to heart disease. And that could be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, atherosclerosis, so a hardening of the arteries, strokes, anything like that. So it's going to help control blood pressure, which is amazing. The other nice thing, and often overlooked, is that if we're having proper kidney function, it's going to help to keep the bones strong and healthy. And I can go on and on. All right, there's tons of benefits to having proper function of the kidneys. And 28 people in here and 10 thumbs up. And Clifford with the super chat. Thank you so much, Clifford. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And I love the emoji there. Good job. Thank you so much, Clifford. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you so much, my friend. Thank you very much, Clifford. So awesome. Thank you so much for the support again, Clifford. Now, again, I want to just continue. Sorry, I was taken aback there. I go on my rants and then I look up at the chat and I try to keep track of the comments that are rolling in. But I sort of have my notes of things that I want to touch on, and then I just see this large super chat in there. So it took me by surprise a little bit there, Clifford, but a very pleasant surprise. And thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. And that's why I love doing these streams and giving you guys the best information, not for the super chats, but so that you guys can take something away from that. So thank you, Clifford. I hope you're taking a lot away from these streams and from the videos. Again, thank you very much, my friend. So I could go on and on the benefits of having proper kidney function. Again, kidney disease, just like heart disease, is really on the rise when we think about it. And it's very easy to understand why that's happening. Okay? Why? And you guys can probably guess. All right? There's certain things that we're going to be eating that are going to contribute to kidney disease. I think I read one study that it might not be quite as high as a third, sort of like heart disease, but a significant increase in kidney disease. And that just, you can probably guess it has to do with diet, but even more important than that, and a lot of people don't touch on this, is living a sedentary lifestyle. All right, if you're living a sedentary lifestyle, remember, when you're getting that movement, 150 minutes per week, again, it doesn't have to be strenuous exercise. It can be going out for walks. For a lot of people, that is strenuous exercise. Don't let anyone tell you that's any different. All right, getting out for your walks, maybe doing a little bit of resistance training. That's going to help with the filtration process. That's going to help with our sweating. We just have to make sure, as Joshua pointed out, that we're getting a good water intake. All right, now, for the diet, and the reason why kidney disease is increasing is because one of the major things that's increasing in our diet is sodium intake. All right, so think about it. A major component of our diets these days is table salt. All right, and you might not be adding salt to the foods, but fast foods, things like that, those are only going to damage the kidneys. And it can be really hard for our kidneys once, we start to get in a little bit of kidney damage. It can be extremely hard for the kidneys to function properly. And if they're not functioning properly, you're not going to get the benefits of having that filtration system, that natural filtration system. And even worse, if we're getting in an excess of sodium, we're not getting rid of that excess sodium, and it's only doing further damage to our kidneys. So that's one of the major reasons why we see that it's on the rise. Oftentimes, people will recommend something like 1,500 milligrams to 2,000 milligrams per day. on a regular diet, it's not hard to double that, especially if our diet is off just a little bit, if we're eating fast foods, if we're eating high sodium foods, that number starts to increase very, very fast. Now, another thing, and I don't want to push this too much because potassium is a healthy micronutrient for us. Phosphorus is a healthy micronutrient for us. So don't let me fool you into thinking if we're eating. Sorry, let me catch up on these comments just before I get into potassium and phosphorus, because this comes as a surprise to most people. Gail, thank you, and I've learned so much, and I'm doing my best to try and reverse anything that is not try for healthiness. Thank you. Oh, my pleasure, Gail. Thank you for watching. And I'm glad that you're able to take something away from every single stream and from the video. So thank you for watching, and I hope you continue to learn more and more as we continue to put more content out. So thank you very much. And big shout out again to Clifford. Thank you, Clifford. Sugar and salt are harmful for kidneys. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I could have said sugar there as well. Again, sugar is going to be damaging the kidneys. Absolutely. Just as much as salt is. Again, sugar and salt are two of the biggest things that you want to stay away from. As you guys know, and if you listen to any of these live streams, and even in my videos, I always point out sugar and sodium are going to be two of the most harmful things for our body in general. But when it comes to kidneys, absolutely, because you're going to be doing damage to the kidneys. And then that's going to hinder the natural filtration process. All right, Joshua, you have a good day. Thank you so much for popping in. I really do appreciate it. Crescent, my pleasure. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you as well. All right, so again, I don't want to make a huge deal with potassium and phosphorus, but there has been some studies, and again, it's not just one study, all right, and I'd be remiss if I didn't point this out, but we're seeing that, yes, potassium plays many vital roles in certain bodily processes, and it could be tens to hundreds of bodily processes. But one thing that we want to do, especially if we're dealing with kidney disease, this is where we really want to make sure that we're focusing on, being specific. If our kidneys are healthy, we really don't have to make sure that we're limiting potassium in any way. But if we're dealing with kidney disease, potassium is one of the things that you're going to probably want to limit just a little bit. Okay? So if we're having high levels of potassium, and this is, again, something new and maybe something that you guys might want to think a little bit more on, but if we're dealing with kidney disease, you want to limit potassium to about 2,000 milligrams per day, somewhere in around there. That's what the studies showed. It could be a little bit less, it could be a little bit more, but they were really focused on 2,000 milligrams per day. Let me look up how much potassium is in a banana. Okay, so banana nutrition, because bananas are very high in potassium. So this should be very easy to find. Okay, so for bananas, if you're eating a medium-sized banana, you're getting about 15% of your RDI, so just recommended daily intake, that's what RDA stands for, of potassium, all right? If you're eating beans and things like that, that might be one of the other foods that you want to be careful of, all right? Because that's very, very high in potassium as well. All right, and there's a lot of high potassium foods out there. But again, this is for people who have kidney disease, all right? Potassium is going to be a healthy micronutrient. If you're having healthy kidneys, we really don't have to worry about it. Now, the other thing is, if you're dealing with kidney disease, phosphorus is another one another micronutrient, another mineral that we might want to limit just a little bit. Again, the studies kind of will sort of differ in how much phosphorus we should be getting. Phosphorus is a little less common than potassium. But again, if we're dealing with kidney disease, you probably don't want to go over around 1,000 milligrams per day of phosphorus. Again, keep this in mind, guys. Unless you're dealing with kidney disease, so it could be, any sort of kidney disease, and again, you're going to want to talk to your medical practitioner. We can enjoy foods high in potassium, foods that are moderate in potassium, and foods that are moderate in phosphorus without doing much damage to the kidneys. Okay, and again, speak with your medical practitioner about that. All right, let me catch up on comments. Gail, you're very welcome. My potassium is very low, so CKD3. Sorry, Gail, if you could just CKD3. It's on the tip of my tongue, but if you could break that down just a little bit for me. And my potassium is very low, so you can help me understand that. Just give me a little bit of a better understanding of CKD3 and why your potassium might be low. Clifford, much appreciated. My pleasure as well. And thank you again for the super chat. I know I've said that many a times, but thank you very much, my friend. So again, those are the minerals that you're just going to want to be careful of if you are dealing with kidney disease. If not, by all means, enjoy potassium like bananas, beans, things of that nature, even fruits and things like that. All right, we need to make that distinction. Okay? So again, we want to make sure if we want to have a healthy, lifestyle, and if we want to be, functioning at our highest level and have the highest quality of life, we need to have proper kidney function, guys. It just has so many bodily processes that if we're not making sure that our kidneys are healthy, we're just really doing ourselves a disservice, because we already mentioned all of the important things that kidneys do for us. Remove waste, toxins, pathogens, even free radicals, oxidative stress. It can limit that. That's huge. That's huge for our overall health. Even perhaps more importantly, or just as important, it's going to help limit extra fluid that's in the body. All right. Also, it's going to help remove acid. All right. So remove unwanted acid from the body. Could be uric acid, anything of that nature. And that's only going to happen, though, if we're drinking enough water, because our kidneys, again, are our natural filtration process. We need water to be entering through our body, entering through the kidneys and getting processed through that. And then that's where we can start to remove those toxins and acid through the process of urination. Okay, so just be careful again. I would say with calcium, phosphorus, for potassium, again, don't stress. And this is the biggest thing, because a lot of people will put out there, we don't want to damage our kidneys. You don't want to be having too much calcium, too much phosphorus, too much potassium. I mean, we're probably going to be going overboard if we're worrying about that, and we're worrying about important micronutrients. The only time that comes into play is if we are already dealing with kidney damage. And again, just to reiterate before we get into these foods, kidneys make up hormones. All right, and these hormones are going to play an important role in heart health. All right, so it's not only kidney function and kidney health, but also help make up red blood cells, different things like keeping our bones strong and healthy, things that are going to give us a better quality of life, especially as we get older, guys, especially as we get older. Wow, let me catch up on these comments. Thank you so much, guys. I love the engagement. You guys are absolutely amazing. Grapes are the best for kidneys. Just be careful. Grapes are good, absolutely, especially with their antioxidants and everything like that. The only thing I would be careful with, Joshua, and you're 100% right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. But with grapes, you just have to watch out for the fructose and the glucose, because remember, those are natural sugars and fruit sugars. But at the end of the day, they are sugars. And combined, both are monosaccharides, but combined, they're going to create a disaccharide, which is known as sucralose, your regular sugar. But you're absolutely right, and we'll get into these foods here in a second. Yay, live. Yes, AI. We are live right now. Hi, Angie. Good to see you in here. We'll get into some symptoms, absolutely, of kidney disease. Joshua, in science and cooking classes for health. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Joshua. Love Light, thanks so much for this. Very helpful. My pleasure. My pleasure, Love Light. Thank you so much for joining us. Howdy from Chi-Town. That's awesome. I've been to Chicago before. Sir Crutch, thank you for joining us again. Eggs, meat, and dairy. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad that you're enjoying the topic today. I think this is a big one because, like I said, everyone has kidneys. It's not like we're talking about keto, where everyone's not on keto or has no interest in keto. But, improving kidney function is one of the most important things that we can probably do, just like heart health. So I thought today's topic was going to be very on point and amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for the thumbs up. We are already at 19. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. So I think that's my spiel on, the importance of why we want to make sure that our kidneys are healthy. We need to make sure, if we want to improve our quality of life, if we want to make sure, that we're limiting waste and toxins from the body, we need to make sure it's our natural filtration process. So we need to make sure that we are having proper kidney function. Now let's talk a little bit about foods, all right? Because I think that's what you guys came for. That's the name of the title, the scientific approach. Thank you, AI. I try to stay as much as I can in the realm of research, and then again, just with experience and things like that. But the scientific approach, I think, when it comes to kidney function, really helps. Okay, really helps. So thank you for that comment. And again, it's not, when I look at the studies, it's not a single study. I'll never really narrow in on a single study. It's multiple studies that I can get the most information and the most beneficial information that I can spread to you guys. So thank you so much for that comment, because that's one big thing that I really want to do. Now let's talk a little bit about, and someone already mentioned this, it might have been Joshua. All right. So if we want to make sure that we're eating a healthy diet for eliminating kidney disease, all right, and promoting kidney health, all right, some of the foods, and we're going to go over a bunch, all right, but before I do that, all right, let's talk, I forget who mentioned it might have been Angie, all right, and I think this would be very helpful for all of everyone that's in here today. All right, so what are the symptoms and signs and symptoms of kidney disease? Well, for the most part, one kind of easy way to do it is, and again, you're not always going to equate this to kidney damage. A lot of the times, trouble sleeping, there can be numerous reasons why we're having trouble sleeping. But one of the signs and symptoms of kidney disease is going to be trouble sleeping. All right. That's probably maybe one of the biggest one. Another one, and again, which you can really point out, and again, take this with a grain of salt. All right. Just because you're having these symptoms does not necessarily mean that you have kidney disease. This is something that you're going to want to talk to your medical practitioner about. But another, common sign and symptom of kidney disease is you're going to feel like you have less energy. You feel more tired, even if you have a good night's sleep. And another important one is you're going to have even possible trouble concentrating throughout the day. All right. And this is usually associated with a buildup of toxins and impurities in the blood. So not only in the kidneys, but also in the blood. And remember, the blood is circulating throughout our entire body. All right. Even to the point where it's crossing the blood-brain barrier. All right. So that's why you're having, trouble concentrating and things like that. Trouble sleeping. All right. We're not filtrating properly. You're not getting rid of toxins that stay in the blood. Again, you'll find, all right, if we're not having proper filtration of the kidneys, a lot of the time these toxins and these wastes and these pathogens are going to be entering the bloodstream. And when that happens, it's going to circulate throughout the entire body. We already know that the blood circulates throughout the entire body. I believe it's minutes where it actually goes throughout the entire body. So it can affect many different organs and things of that nature. Another important one that, is a little more serious. And again, this isn't to scare anyone, but this is maybe when you want to talk to your medical practitioner. All right, another one could be blood in your urine. All right, so if you're experiencing blood in the urine, and again, we have to talk about these things because that's a sign and symptom of kidney disease. Now, it's not going to be usually, and this is why you're going to want to speak with your medical practitioner. But if you're having blood in your urine, typically it's not from acute kidney disease. So what I mean by that, it's not like, you just had kidney disease. It's usually a prolonged period, what we would call chronic kidney disease. All right. And again, this just has to all deal with the filtration system. All right, and if the kidneys, which aren't filtrating, all right, those toxins and waste and things like that, you're going to start to see that damage. All right, you're going to start to see possibly infection within the kidneys and things of that nature. All right, so that's another big one, another telltale sign. If you're dealing with blood and urine in the kidneys, that's something that you're going to want to probably stick with speaking with your medical practitioner. Let me just make sure I'm not missing. Kidney disease does not have to be cancer, Angie. From what I've read, again, definitely speak with your medical practitioner, but kidney disease does not have to be cancer. There's many kidney diseases out there. It could even be something just like a buildup of toxins, a buildup of wastes, infections within the kidneys and things like that. So, don't get too worried about kidney disease just having to be cancer. How can we protect our kidneys from stones? Well, we'll talk about Crescent. That's a great question. We'll talk about some foods that can help prevent that sort of ailment that we're not going to want to be dealing with, of course. So great question. We're going to get there once we get to the foods. And thank you so much for the 19 thumbs up, guys. We are literally almost at our 20. So thank you very much. So again, let's just talk again. I'm going to give you two more signs and symptoms of kidney disease. And again, take this with a grain of salt. Excuse me as I just drink a little bit of water here. All right. A lot of these symptoms could be from something different. Again, that's why I always preach, speak with your medical practitioner. They can do tests, blood tests, things like that. All right. It's almost next to impossible for me to just diagnose over the chat or anything like that. This is when you want to speak with your medical practitioner, and it's not to scare anyone. It's just to make sure that we are aware. All right. Another one, all right, is poor appetite. And, it's a very, this is sort of more of a general symptom. All right. And again, this is going to happen because of a buildup of toxins, all right, which reduce kidney function. All right. So a lot of the times, you might be dealing with poor appetite and things like that as a general symptom of buildup of toxins. And when we say toxins, don't just think of like toxins, but pathogens, waste, things of that nature. All right. And not getting proper, filtration of excess fluid. All right. That can lead to poor appetite. Now, one more, and again, this isn't to scare anyone or anything like that. It's just to put it out there. But another one could be, and again, this doesn't have to be from kidney damage. All right, but one of the symptoms of kidney disease is going to be sort of consistent puffiness around the eyes. Okay, so if we're having more protein in the urine and things like that, that's an early sign that the kidneys aren't filtrating all right, aren't filtrating those toxins. All right, and so when we have the puffiness around the eyes and things like that, we know that there's a possibility that kidney damage is occurring. All right, so that protein can start to leak into the urine. All right, so when we start to have puffiness around the eyes and things like that, a lot of the times it could be due to the fact that the kidneys are just leaking a large amount of protein into the urine, all right, rather than keeping it in the body. So we're just losing protein in that sense. Okay, 21 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. I just checked back after going on my rant. It's so funny. I clicked on number 20. Thank you, Angie. Cherry, don't. All right, Joshua, that's a good question. What is good to detox the kidneys? Angie, we're going to get right into that. Awesome. Once we get into the foods, we are definitely going to be talking about how to detox the kidneys and things of that nature. Same, Joshua, cherries and things like that. Get up to urinate. Yes, Sir Crutch, absolutely. Yes, intermittent fasting, less stress on the kidneys. Absolutely. And you know what? And I think with intermittent fasting, Clifford, you're 100% right. And even just eating a well-balanced diet, staying away from sodium and things like that, I think you're 100% right. Intermittent fasting, there has been definitely research. I know there's people out there, you guys probably know the doctors that are really into intermittent fasting. I don't have to say the names. You guys can probably already guess if you're watching other videos, who are huge on intermittent fasting. All right, so less stress on the kidneys. I take a more sort of, I don't know if it's a general approach or anything like that, but, I think we can live a healthy lifestyle following any type of diet, as long as we're getting in good protein, good complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, fiber, things of that nature. Yes, exercise as well, Joshua, absolutely. Exercise, as I always preach, it's not only diet, but it's also lifestyle. All right, so lifestyle goes hand in hand with diet. Doctors don't promote fresh food, fruits, and vegetables. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you very much for that comment, Lovely. I just read your comment there. And I'm a huge proponent of fresh fruits and vegetables, as you probably already know. As you probably already know, I'm huge on those fresh foods and things like that. So you're 100% right. It's almost like the food is your medicine. All right. So, sorry, I'm just searching one thing here. All right. Because I notice, with fatty liver disease, you just have to be careful, again, with sodium, with sugars. You want to make sure you get a nice intake of micronutrients, and maybe perhaps two biggest things. Make sure you're drinking enough water. All right, so you have to make sure you're getting that proper filtration system, and you also need to make sure that you're staying away from alcohol. All right, that's probably one of the biggest ones. All right, fatty liver disease. A lot of people who are abusing alcohol or drinking alcohol a lot are going to be dealing more with fatty liver disease. Even an unhealthy diet is going to be one of the worst things for fatty liver disease. All right, so eating a nice, well-balanced and again, it's almost like a common sense approach. All right, if you're dealing with fatty liver disease, for one, a nice thing out there that I like to point out to, and not a lot of people really point out, is you're going to want to make sure, and it almost seems counterintuitive, only because of the name, fatty liver disease, you're going to want to make sure that you're getting healthy fats. So like almonds, avocado, seeds like pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, things of that nature. Things that are high in monounsaturated, polyunsaturated fats, omega-3s, omega-6s, and omega-9s, and stay away from saturated fats and trans fats as best that we can. And again, you don't have to overdo it with healthy fats. Keep that in moderation as well. Another good thing is antioxidants. All right, so to reduce fat in the liver, healthy fats in moderation, antioxidants, and we've already gone through a lot of foods that are high in antioxidants, my favorite ones being blueberries, raspberries, things of that nature. And then also even complex carbohydrates. So like your oatmeal and things like that. But we have to stay away. If you're doing all of that, but you're still drinking alcohol in excess and you're not drinking enough water, you're not going to be getting the benefits that we want when it comes to getting rid of fatty liver disease. Okay, let me just catch up on these chats. You guys are doing amazing. I love this engagement. Jeez, you guys are making it so easy for me. Yes, AI. I love that. I love that comment. Conservative approach. Let food be thy medicine. Absolutely. And you know what? There's a lot of things, and I'm a huge believer, and I'm not, 100% where possibly food can cure everything. I think I don't want to keep a closed mind on that, but it's very, very good for preventative. All right. So if we can continue to eat healthy foods throughout our life, then we're going to have a very good chance at preventing chronic diseases, increasing kidney function, reducing heart disease, things of that nature. Absolutely. Yes. Hippocrates. Absolutely. Drink a lot of water, electrolyte infused. Yes, very good. Oh man, I'm really missing out on some of these comments. Thank you so much, guys. Works anti-inflammatory. Absolutely. Mushrooms, excellent vitamin D for kidney function. Yes, mushrooms are very good as well. Absolutely. Okay, guys. So we've talked a little bit about the importance of, why it's important to keep our kidney function as best we can, making sure that we're eating foods that are going to support healthy kidney function and even improve kidney function. All right. So that's huge for us. All right. And that's kind of like our starting point. All right. Our starting point is, why do we want to make sure that our kidney function is proper? Well, one, because just all the benefits that I told you before. Not only is it going to be our natural filtration system, but it's also going to help with things like hormones, help with things like keeping our brain healthy, help with like cognitive function, reducing mental and cognitive decline, increasing heart health, reducing the risk of certain heart-related ailments. Watermelon, Deborah, that's a good one. All right. It might not be at the top of the list, but the reason why I like lycopene for kidneys and things like that is because it has lycopene in it, which is a very powerful antioxidant. All right. It's full of water and is very high in micronutrients. So antioxidants, very, very high. And we already know. All right. That's great for reducing fat within the liver. All right. So watermelon is a great one. Spinach is a good one too, Joshua. So watermelon, Deborah, just keep it in moderation. Lots of water in it, absolutely. No drugs and alcohol. Again, I would 100% agree, Joshua. It's only going to be doing damage to the kidneys. Laura, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. What urine color should be of concern? Well, that's a great question. I think the darker the urine, the worse off that you are. All right, so the darker the urine, obviously that's not going to be one that we're really looking at. So let's get into some of the foods. All right. Good. I'm just catching up on some of these. On some of these great questions that you guys are answering. I don't want to make sure that I'm missing any. But for the color of the urine, who asked that? I'm so sorry. The chat is just going by so fast, which I love. Where is that? Okay, Tropical Island. Thank you so much. What urine color should we be concerned? Again, dark urine is probably going to be It's one of the signs and symptoms of liver disease. So dark urine, even if you're drinking a lot of water. So that's something that I would really be careful of. If you're drinking a lot of water, obviously your urine should be clear, right? And we're releasing a lot of toxins and waste and things like that. But one of the telltale signs, all right, if perhaps, we are, and it could be just dehydration. So keep that in mind as well. But if we're, dealing with perhaps signs and symptoms of liver disease, again, just to put it out there, a sign and symptom is going to be dark urine. Okay, so that's the big one right there. I love to see a list of nutritious foods for kidneys. We're going to get right into it, Love Light. I have a nutritional healing book at home, a study about renal kidneys. Interesting. Coffee in moderation, Love Light, is okay. Okay? Coffee in moderation, you're 100% fine. Just make sure maybe you have a glass of water with it, because coffee can be a natural diuretic. It's not a huge diuretic. A lot of times they'll get overblown. So they'll think, if I drink a cup of coffee, I have to drink a cup of water to balance it out. At the end of the day, coffee is mostly water. Oh yeah, watermelon for sure. Deborah, you're very much welcome. Thank you for asking the question. Yes, happy Memorial Day. Absolutely. Yes, green tea is just fine, Love Light. There's tons of antioxidants. It's going to be very hydrating. So green tea is very nice. You might not want to overdo it if you're susceptible to kidney stones and things like that, which is very seldom. And you'd be really having to drink a lot of green tea in the process to get anything like that. Then you're going to be just fine. Thank you again for much. Oh, my pleasure, Joshua. Thank you so much for everything and all the comments and coming into the live streams. I really appreciate it. You're welcome, Love Light. Now, you guys ready for some foods? We've been talking. How long have we been talking for? Almost 47 minutes on the benefits and on the processes of proper kidney function. So absolutely amazing. And that's a credit to you guys, because you guys are asking our questions and I can just answer them right back. So thank you very much. And 25 thumbs up. Wow. I'm just seeing that now. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. And big shout out to Clifford. Thank you, Clifford. So let's go over some foods. I know some people have already mentioned them in chat. And who asked what color of concern? Yeah, that's a good question, isn't it, Angie? So the darker the urine, the more careful you're going to want to be. Okay, especially, and I'll point this out, especially if you're drinking a good amount of water, like your 6 to 8 glasses a day. If you're dealing with dark urination, I would definitely speak with your medical practitioner, because the more water you want to drink, the more water that you drink, the more clear that your urine should be. So if you're drinking that much water and it's still dark, all right, that's something that we're going to want to be careful of. So definitely speak with your medical practitioner. Okay, I've pushed it off long enough. Yes, we're waiting for it. Jackie's saying she's waiting for the foods list. I'm sure a lot of people are. All right, now someone already mentioned it. It might have been Joshua. Okay, so one of the big ones is going to be cauliflower. And you're going to start to see me going back to those micronutrients that we talked a little bit about before, like with sodium, potassium, and phosphorus. But again, remember, these are the ones that we have to be careful of if we're dealing with kidney disease already. If we're not dealing with kidney disease, we don't necessarily have to be super careful with dealing with these micronutrients. So cauliflower is a nice one. All right, cauliflower is a very good one if we want to increase and promote proper kidney function. So cauliflower is a great one. All right, cauliflower, again, it's loaded with vitamin C, B vitamins, and probably the highest amount, because remember, there's multiple B vitamins. There's niacin, there's vitamin B6. The one that it's probably highest in is folate. All right, and it also has vitamin K. Now, another nice thing for the kidneys with cauliflower is that it has unique anti-inflammatory compounds. So that's going to help promote the overall health of our kidneys as well. All right, and an excellent source of fiber. All right. Again, if you're using cauliflower, there's going to be more potassium in things like sweet potatoes and things like that. Again, take that with a grain of salt. If you're not dealing with kidney disease, I wouldn't worry too much about these certain micronutrients and things of that nature. So cauliflower, guys, is going to be a big one. Cauliflower is great for proper kidney function. So a nice cruciferous vegetable, I think that's a great one. All right, so cauliflower, maybe not at the top of the list, but very high on the list. Yes, over 30 people watching, Joshua. I know, very, very exciting. It's always great to have people listening in and hopefully learning something. Liver failure symptoms similar. They can be, Love Light. I like to separate them a little bit. Like there's fatty liver disease and things of that nature. So, the symptoms can be very similar. I'll look more into that because, like I said, on Wednesday, I'm probably going to do a liver disease stream, so we can really get into it and deep dive into liver disease symptoms. But just giving a quick synopsis, I know with liver disease you're going to have things like dark urination as well, just like you're going to have with kidney disease. You're going to have chronic fatigue. The thing with liver disease, though, you might be dealing with abdominal pain and swelling. Another thing is, and I don't think you're going to find this very often with kidney disease, but with liver disease, you're going to have, even your skin and potentially, all right, you see this a lot with the skin. It's called jaundice. You guys probably have heard of it, but skin and the eyes may appear yellowish. All right, so that's an excellent question. All right. Some more of them are probably going to be, even with our stool, again, it might be more pale. Chronic fatigue is a big one. Maybe even swelling of the ankles, all right, which is a big one. And I do believe that you can have that with kidney disease as well, all right? So a lot of the times, answering your question, that's a great question, Love Light. A lot of the times they will be very similar, and that's why I say so often it's important that you speak with your medical practitioner because they can do tests. They can do blood tests. Blood tests are going to be the most effective way to see if you actually have, kidney disease or liver disease or anything of that nature. Just recovered from kidney stones too. Yeah, absolutely, Jackie. Crescent, I'll definitely get back into your comment here based on tomatoes. We're going to go into that, absolutely. But Jackie, 100%. Glad to hear that you're fully recovered. Very, very painful dealing with kidney stones. Absolutely. And like you said, wouldn't wish it on your enemy. I know exactly what you're saying. I've never dealt with it before, but I've heard stories, and even with clients, does not seem fun at all, and I am very glad that you're recovered from that. Okay, so let's go into the next one. All right, the next one is going to be red grapes, but I want you guys to know, sorry, as I take a little sip of water here. All right, for the next one is going to be red grapes. But the biggest thing that I want to point out, and thank you so much for the 27 thumbs up, guys. We are 3 away from always our goal of 30. So thank you so much, guys. The thing with red grapes, I want you just to be a little bit careful. Keep red grapes in moderation. They're very, very healthy for you. I mean, they're loaded with vitamin C. They have flavonoids, which are very, very healthy. So that's an antioxidant. They also have a potent antioxidant, which a lot of people don't talk about. I'm surprised when it comes to red grapes and like purplish blue colors and things like that. But they have anthocyanin, antioxidants, which are going to really help reduce inflammation. The other thing with red grapes is that they are very high in resveratrol. All right, so resveratrol is a type of flavonoid, all right, that not only has shown benefits for heart health, all right, and things like cognitive decline, but also very kidney friendly, all right, so it can help with improving, all right, and benefiting kidney function as well. So red grapes are nice. The only reason why that I say keep them in moderation is because they are a little bit higher in fructose and glucose. And again, that's going to be your sugars. Natural sugars, yes, but remember, combined, that they're going to create sucralose. And then that's when we can start creating damage to the kidneys. But if you're having, say, like 10 grapes, maybe not every single day and things like that, then you're more than fine. Let me just catch up on a couple comments here. Deborah, I need to run. You have a blessed day. Thank you very much, Deborah. I hope the same for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And I hope you have a great day as well. And thank you so much for the constant support. It's always a pleasure having you in here. So thank you very much. 45 days. That's the thing. That's the thing with kidney stones, Jackie, is it's not like an overnight thing or a week by week thing. You know, you can go through it for months and things like that. All right. Came back for 2. Yeah, that's the thing as well. All right. So you might be dealing with it for 4 weeks, but then they can come back. All right. 2 stones left over, and trust me, those two stones in there aren't going to be very pleasant. And 30 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. About grapes and highest sugars. Yes, Joshua, I believe you're the one who said grapes. I said at the beginning, I know someone mentioned red grapes, but yes, they are high in sugar, and we talked about this a little bit about keto. Someone had asked, our green grape. I wish I remember the name. I apologize for not remembering that. But someone asked, are green grapes okay on keto? They just aren't, because you're getting so much sugar and so much carbohydrates. A half a cup of green grapes, you're pretty much getting yourself out of ketosis. Half a cup of green grapes is only like 8 grapes. So if you're having like 12, 13, like that's not a lot of grapes, 12 to 15 grapes, you are really taking yourself out of ketosis. Thank you. I'll look forward to the video on liver failure on Wednesday. Yes, we'll have a nice discussion on liver disease, perhaps liver failure. We can get into a little bit on Wednesday. I think that's going to be a great discussion. Yes, and glad that you're feeling better, Jackie. It does sound like a nightmare. Yeah, you're 100%, Jackie. That's really how it feels. I've heard that quite a bit. All right, let's continue with the food. So with red grapes, again, like I said, resveratrol, all right, a nice flavonoid. And we already know if we want to start getting rid of fats within the kidneys, all right, antioxidants are super important. All right, they're super important. If the higher the antioxidants, the better chance there is to eliminate the fats that are in our kidneys. And the more fats that are in there, the more damage that it's going to cause. All right, so very high in antioxidants. Red grapes are very friendly. Again, you're not going to have much sodium. The potassium is negligible. The phosphorus is going to be negligible. I think you're only going to have to be dealing and worry about that if you have chronic kidney disease and anything like that. So I'm just going to stop talking about the you guys already know, I think I've mentioned it enough. I'm going to stop talking about the potassium, phosphorus, and sodium when it comes to sort of exacerbating kidney disease. I think you guys get the picture. Now, another nice one, and it might have already been said in here already. My liver's starting to quiver. I'm heading to the gym to do push-ups for kidney function properly. Nice. I'm not giving up. So have a blessing Sunday. You as well. You as well, Joshua. Have a great workout. Thank you so much for coming in. I really do appreciate it. Yes. So let's go into the next one. All right, because I think this is probably the most important one. And someone just mentioned it, and it was Jackie. I think if you want to improve kidney function, all right, and kidney health in general, we need to make sure that we are drinking enough water. All right, and that depends on person to person. All right, a lot of the times they'll suggest 6 to 8 glasses a day. For me, that's just not going to be enough. And perhaps maybe for Joshua, who's about to go work out, 6 to 8 glasses of water is just not going to be enough because, you're sweating during the workout. Sometimes my workouts can last up to, well over an hour. So I have to make sure I'm drinking a little bit more. But water is probably, I would say, the most important drink for the body. All right, the most important liquid for the body. All right, and why is that? Because when we drink water, all right, our cells use the water to transport toxins into the bloodstream. Once that happens, we can start to filtrate those toxins out of the body. All right, and not only toxins, but also waste, pathogens, things of that nature, and transport that out of the body through the process of urination. All right. Again, our kidneys, all right, and for proper kidney function, all right, our kidneys are our natural filtration system. All right, natural filtration system, and it's also going to reduce and eliminate excess fluids in the body. All right, which is just going to help us. All right, and it's just going to help keep those kidneys especially healthy. 35 thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. All right, so water perhaps might be the most important thing that we can do because we want to be making sure that we're eliminating those toxins, that we are eliminating waste through the process of urination. If we're dehydrated, all right, the kidneys are only going to suffer, all right, because we're not getting that natural transportation of toxins out of the body, all right, into the bloodstream and then out of the body. All right, so that's a big one. Make sure that you're drinking enough water. I cannot say that enough. Drink lots of water now. My father had it once. Right? 2 liters of club soda a day for the rest. Yes. Yeah, and that's right, Jackie. And Sir Crutch, 100%. Our bodies are 70% water. And a lot of the, a lot of our organs and things of that nature are even more than 70%. But on average, you're correct. It's around 70%, somewhere in around there. So we need to make sure that we are staying hydrated and we're using that water to naturally get that filtration process in the kidneys and eliminate toxins. That's only going to help improve kidney function. So you are 100% correct on that. All right, so water is your best friend, guys. Now, you don't have to overdo it in water. A lot of people that I talk to and do consultations with, they'll jump from like a liter and a half, less sometimes, and then start drinking a gallon. Take it day by day, week by week. Maybe if you're drinking a liter, up it to 2. If you're having 2 after a couple of weeks, up it to 3. It doesn't have to be a rush, all right? That's going to help you, maintain that water intake, all right? Because it's a big jump if you're only drinking half a liter a day and then you automatically start going into 3, 3.5. I think you're only doing yourself a disservice. Make it into a habit, okay? So let's get into some more foods here, guys. Garlic is another important one. Garlic is another great one. Another great one to improve overall kidney function. Can carbonation affect the kidneys? Not exactly, Love Light. I haven't really read too much on the effects of carbonation and it affecting kidneys. By the time it gets to the kidneys, that carbonation is going to be negligible. So even from what I've read, I haven't read too much on carbonation affecting kidneys or anything like that. I think if I was to suggest anything, I think just plain old water without any carbonation is best for the kidneys. But again, I haven't read too much in the form of studies or anything like that, or even just talking with individuals. Haven't heard too much about carbonation. So great question. Your thoughts on some that say drink a gallon a day? Well, that's a good question, Angie. It sort of depends, all right? And what does it depend on? Well, it depends on your overall body size, all right? Again, it's just like protein, all right? With protein, you want to eat somewhere around 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. It's the same thing with water. So a gallon a day, a lot of people will sort of say, that's what we should be shooting for. But 3 liters is just fine. All right. Now, does that mean that a gallon a day is bad? Absolutely not. I mean, you're going to be going to the washroom quite a bit, probably drinking a gallon a day. If you're working out, a gallon a day is probably necessary because you're going to be sweating. So, my thoughts on a gallon a day, it just sort of depends on, what's your day-to-day lifestyle like? Are you sedentary? Are you getting lots of exercise? Things of that nature. Even like a gallon a day is good, and people will promote a gallon a day. But if you're starting at a liter of water and then you're upping it to 3 liters, that is a huge increase. You just increased by 3 times. So a gallon a day is fine. Just keep in mind that that is quite a bit of water. I believe it's 4 liters. So a gallon a day is quite a bit. I don't know if you have to get in that much. It just will depend. You'll know. If you're feeling thirsty, even after you're drinking 3 liters, 3.5 liters, if you need to get to that gallon a day, then, by all means, add that gallon in. So just sip on it throughout the day. If you're going to drink a gallon, I would start with drinking a good portion of that right as soon as you wake up. You do not want to go, most of the morning without drinking any water and then be chugging a gallon of water, mid-afternoon into the nighttime and things like that. Start right from the morning. I know a lot of people who will drink a liter of water right when they wake up. I'm one of those people. First thing I do is have a glass of water, and then that's pretty early because I wake up fairly early in the morning, and then I'm set. So if I drink a liter in the morning, that's only 3 liters that I have to drink the rest of the day. A lot of people will say that drinking a gallon of water can hurt the kidneys just because it has to go through that filtration process. I don't know if I buy that. I haven't read any studies or anything that comes across that. I think the bigger thing is not getting enough water. So just keep that in mind. I think that's a great question, Angie. See how you're feeling, see if you're still feeling thirsty after a gallon, and then you can sort of go from there. My father drank clear carbonated soda water for decades, and after he got stones. Yeah, the carbonation should be fine. I think, Jackie, a day you'll be wearing depends. Yeah, Crutch, you'll be going to the washroom quite a bit, especially with a gallon. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go to our next food, guys, because our next food is a nice important one. So people who, obviously we've talked about this, people who have kidney problems are, advised to limit sugar, advised to limit sodium in the diet. All right. I don't know. And, salt, things like that, fast food, all of those types of foods. All right. Garlic is a nice alternative. Now, the reason why it's a good alternative is because it has a good source of manganese, a good source of B vitamins. It contains sulfur compounds, which not a lot of foods contain, and also has anti-inflammatory properties. And those anti-inflammatory properties are only going to help kidney function. All right. If we're reducing inflammation, especially chronic inflammation, but it can be acute as well, then that's only going to help, improve kidney function, improve all organ function, really. And you guys know how much I love garlic for heart health. It's the exact same with other organs like kidneys. All right. Kidneys, and heart health. All right. Garlic is going to be one of your best choices. All right. And the best thing is it has anti-inflammatory properties, but if we're even going one step further, it has great antioxidants. And we already know through our discussion that if we're getting good antioxidant levels, that's going to help eliminate fat within the kidneys. And that's exactly what we want to do. All right, so garlic is a good one. Another good one, and I just made a video on this, is olive oil. All right, olive oil is a nice one. Why? Again, because there's no phosphorus. The thing about olive oil is, guys, and I think maybe I've mentioned this quite a bit, but the thing with olive oil is it's pretty much devoid of any micronutrients. So what I mean by that is there's no vitamins, minerals, things like that. No fiber. There's a little bit of vitamin E, but it's almost negligible. All right, so that's why some people will have it for skin and stuff like that. But olive oil is very devoid of things like micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, things like that. But where olive oil shines is that, one, it's phosphorus free. All right, so it's perfect option for people with kidney disease and even people who want to help limit the risk of kidney disease. All right. But we also see there are studies that show when it comes to promoting and improving kidney function that monounsaturated fats are especially important. And this is why, we're talking about olive oil right now, but this is also why you can add avocados into the mix as well. All right, because they're very high in monounsaturated fats. Now, olive oil is a little bit different, because the majority of fat in olive oil is monounsaturated fat, and the monounsaturated fat in olive oil is called oleic acid. And the best thing about oleic acid is it has potent anti-inflammatory properties, and it's very high in antioxidants. Again, two major things that are going to help get rid of fat within the kidneys. All right, so if we can do that, then we're helping eliminate kidney disease, we're promoting the health of kidney function, and we're increasing the natural filtration process of our kidneys altogether. So I think olive oil is a very good one. All right, olive oil is nice. All right, again, we can talk about potassium and phosphorus all we want. The best thing is with olive oil, there's basically no potassium and no phosphorus. Why? Because as I just mentioned, there's hardly any micronutrients in olive oil whatsoever. And people don't often realize that. They think that olive oil is a good source of micronutrients like vitamins, minerals, fiber, and things like that. There's pretty much no micronutrients in olive oil, but where it shines again is it's monounsaturated fat, and this is specifically to kidney function. Monounsaturated fat and oleic acid, anti-inflammatory properties, and antioxidants. All right, so that's why we can get the benefits of proper kidney function by consuming olive oil. Just make sure that you're having it in moderation. If you're having even a teaspoon, at max a tablespoon per day. I'm not a huge fan of large amounts of oils just because they're so high in calories. So I think if you're having it in moderation, I think you're just fine. I think a teaspoon to 1 to 2 teaspoons is more than enough. I think that's great. All right, now another one. Someone else might have said this. Okay. Is another important food. And if you guys want to write this down, you can. We're at 39 thumbs up. We are almost at 40. Jesus, you guys are crushing it today. I just looked and we're almost at 40. Our goal is 30 and we're almost at 40 within 73 minutes. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much. Now, another one that we want to really make sure that we're focusing on, and that's, we can add in, before I get to this, we can add in onions. And you guys, if you've listened to my streams before, I always like to combine garlic and onions. They come from the same family, But onions are very healthy for our kidneys. All right. Why? All right. They're loaded with micronutrients, but not potassium or phosphorus. Again, I want to start to get away from that because I don't want you guys thinking that, if we're having high levels of potassium, if we're having high levels of phosphorus, that's going to do damage to the kidneys. It's only going to do damage to the kidneys if we're dealing with kidney disease. Again, of course, onions are going to be very low in sodium. So again, keep that in mind. But the nice thing with onions, very high in vitamin C, so a nice antioxidant, very high in manganese, and very high in B vitamins, all right, which are all healthy, not only for the kidneys, but also for the digestive system. And they all go hand in hand, and that's the amazing thing. All right, so when we say that it's healthy for the digestive system, all right, we're really saying that it's helping feed and helping beneficial gut bacteria to thrive in the body. All right, so by doing that, that's only going to help promote proper kidney function. You can see the relation between these different types of foods, and even though it's not directly associated with proper kidney function, if we have proper gut health, if we have, these antioxidants like vitamin C, things like manganese and B vitamins, probiotics and fibers, those are going to help with benefiting our proper kidney function. Let me catch up. Laura, I'm eating garlic and onion rice right now for lunch. Perfect. Then you are getting a nice boost to kidney function right now, Laura. Awesome. And 41 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. So thank you so much for that. And again, perhaps the most important thing, guys, and I want to reiterate this because I kind of glossed through it just a little bit quick, but we need to make sure that we're drinking enough water. We cannot be dehydrated. It goes with anything, all right? Water is going to naturally help filtrate out those toxins, filtrate out the pathogens, anything else that's in the kidneys. Remember, our kidneys are the natural filtration process of the body. If we're drinking enough water through the process of urination, we're eliminating that stuff. If the toxins and waste are just sitting in our kidneys, then guess what? It's only doing damage to our kidneys, and it's going to do the exact opposite of improving kidney function. And that's something that we just don't want. Because if we're having the option, the exact opposite of improving kidney function, it's doing damage to our kidneys. And the more damage we do over time, even acute, so remember, acute is short-term, chronic is long-term. Even in the acute phase, we're doing damage to the kidneys where we're not getting proper kidney function. Love Light, let me read your comment here. It looks like you got a lot of good foods there. Cauliflower, mushrooms, garlic, onions, olive oil, watermelon, grapes. Yum. All this food makes great salad. Absolutely. So that's the nice thing too, is when it comes to proper kidney function, just like you're pointing out, Love Light, we can have a well-balanced diet, fruits, veggies, even like healthy fats and things like that. We can really start to improve proper kidney function, which I think is just tremendous. So we don't have to just be eating things like cruciferous vegetables or healthy fats. We have a wide range of foods that we can choose from. All right, now let me get into another healthy fat because we talked about avocados. All right, avocados, yes, very healthy. But one, and I know a lot of people are a big fan of these types of foods. A big one is macadamia nuts. Now, just make sure that we are eating the macadamia nuts in moderation. If we're not having them in moderation, we're losing all the benefits of them. Okay. But the good thing is about macadamia nuts is they're a great option for people who, want to promote and improve kidney function, but also a great option for people who are dealing with kidney problems, kidney ailments, all right, things of that nature. We already listed the symptoms of different types of kidney disease. This can start to help, all right. I would choose macadamia nuts over things, and I don't say this often because you guys know how much I love almonds, but I would choose macadamia nuts over things like almonds and stuff like that. All right, why? Little lower in phosphorus. We're getting a nice range of nutrients, not only micronutrients, but macronutrients that are going to help get rid of fat deposits within the kidneys. So macadamia nuts, one, great source of B vitamins, magnesium, healthy fats, copper, iron, even manganese. But remember, just like antioxidants, if we have healthy fats in moderation, that can help get rid of fat within the kidneys. All right. And that fat is only going to do damage over time. All right. So that's why we really want to focus on the healthy fats. So I don't say it very often, but if we're going to choose one sort of nut, I would pick macadamia nuts over almonds. And like I said, you guys don't hear me say that a lot. And also don't forget, there is going to be some antioxidants that are in macadamia nuts as well. So that's going to help get rid of fat deposits in the kidneys. And again, if we're dealing with all that type of stuff, like not getting rid of excess fluid, if we have high fat deposits within the kidneys, then it's only going to continue to do more and more damage, and over time improving proper kidney function is going to be very tough, and you're going to be dealing with different sort of symptoms that we don't want for kidney function. All right, symptoms that are going to be hurting us in the long run. Water with lemon. Yeah, water with lemon is really good too because it's very high in antioxidants and it's very hydrating, Love Light. I think that's a great one as well. So water with lemon, I think, is a very nice choice. See, this is the nice thing. I think if we're staying away from sodium, from sugar, things of that nature, I think that we're doing a tremendous job with promoting proper kidney function. I think, if we want to really improve kidney function, we have to be having things like, we have to be limiting things like sodium and sugar, and we have to increase water intake and then add in all these different foods. I don't know how many we've gone over right now, but there's been a ton. Now, one of them I think you guys are really going to like. Again, people said mushrooms. I think the best one for mushrooms are going to be shiitake mushrooms. All right, shiitake mushrooms are very healthy for our kidneys. Again, it's going to be a nice meat substitute. So if you're following a vegan diet or anything of that nature, adding those into your diet is going to be very beneficial. All right, you're getting lots of dietary fiber. All right, it's low in potassium. All right, it's really going to help improve that kidney function. Now, another one that I know you guys are going to like. All right, I know you're going to like. I'm not sure if I'll say one before the one that I think you guys will like the most, but cranberries are another good one, especially for kidney function. Now, why is that? Yeah, sugar and salt are eliminated from kidneys again. Yeah, love shiitake mushrooms. Absolutely, Jackie. I think a lot of people do. So those are very, very, very healthy for proper kidney function. So, you can enjoy those shiitake mushrooms all you want. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But cranberries are another nice one, guys. Not only, I know people generally know that it's beneficial for urinary tract, but it's also very beneficial for our kidneys. Now, why is that? Again, it's going to have a high level of phytonutrients and then a super, super powerful antioxidant that's known as proanthocyanidins. And again, the more antioxidants that we can have, and phytonutrients for that matter, all right, that's going to help eliminate fat from our kidneys, and then that's really going to help and be beneficial for overall kidney health, all right, and improving kidney health and preventing, and this is probably the best thing, preventing bacteria buildup, preventing toxin buildup, and preventing infections within the kidneys. All right, and if there's infections within the kidneys, of course that's going to have a negative effect on our overall kidney health. You're not going to be improving kidney health if you're dealing with infections within the kidneys. It's just almost next to impossible. Shitake, yes, exactly. Shitake, absolutely. Tuna and milk tea. Marianne, good to see you in chat. Thank you so much. Please tell me, how do I push the needle further? Okay, we can possibly get into that, Marianne. Absolutely. Marianne, if you want to watch some of the weight loss live streams, I can touch on it a little bit today, but some of the weight loss streams I think you would find very, very helpful. A lot of my clients are dealing with exactly what you're outlining right now. Mother of a 9-year-old, of a 4-year-old. I'm sure you're very busy. You hit a plateau at 64, I believe. I don't know if that's age, and I apologize. 64 kilograms. So you're down. You're down quite a bit of weight. Good for you. So 75 kilograms to 64. That's awesome. That's something to be celebrated. But if you're hitting a little bit of plateau, let me go back to that. All right. That's my bread and butter. I can definitely give you some suggestions for that. Cranberry is the best for kidney. Yes. All right. I'm glad that we're in agreement, Sir Crutch. Thank you very much. Joshua, good job on the 40 push-ups, my friend. Good for you. So cranberries, very, very healthy for our kidneys. Again, you can... A lot of people will say you can eat them dry. I would not eat them dry, guys, like dried cranberries. Why? Because they're super high in sugar, super high in calories. Again, the more sugar that we eat, the more damage it's going to cause to our kidneys. I would not eat them dry. I would eat them fresh or juiced, all right? I don't even know if I would do them cooked because it dries them out a little bit. The more dry that they get, the more sugar intake that you're going to be having. So I would try to eat fresh cranberries or juice them. That's the best way to have them. Stay away from dried fruit, guys. I cannot stress that enough. Dried fruit is only going to increase carbohydrates, but even more. We're not afraid of carbohydrates here on the channel. What we are afraid of is the sugar intake, especially when it comes to kidney health. Okay, guys? So stay away from the dried. Have fresh. You can add them to smoothies or you can juice them. Again, low in potassium, phosphorus, sodium, all of that different stuff. But just make sure that cranberries, not only beneficial for urinary tract, a lot of people will have it for urinary tract infections, but also for kidneys, and it can even help prevent kidney infections as well. And again, a lot of that has to pertain to their high levels of phytonutrients and proanthocyanidins, okay? Proanthocyanidins, again, which prevent bacteria, all right? Prevent bacteria within the kidneys. Again, in that bacteria, definitely not going to promote proper kidney function. It's probably going to help create infections within there. So that's only going to hurt kidney function. We are at 46 thumbs up, guys. I don't know if I've ever seen 46 thumbs up in one stream. I don't know if we should hit 50, but man, you guys are absolutely crushing it. Cranberry capsules are fine, AI. Absolutely. A lot of people will find it, even cranberry tea, a lot of people will find it easier to get that in. And as long as you're getting it in, then you're 100% fine. So cranberry capsules, as long as they're good. I haven't had cranberry capsules. I've never recommended them to a client, but it just sounds fine to me. As long as the only ingredient is cranberries, then I don't see why there would be an issue. Okay, let's go on to our next one. All right, because I think a lot of people are going to like this one. And then Marion, I'm going to go back to what you were saying here, because I really want to touch on this, because like I said, it's my bread and butter with weight loss and things like that if you hit a plateau. But let's keep on the improvement of kidney function here. And I think a lot of people, maybe you're hitting a plateau. I think maybe a lot of people will be able to relate to that. So the next one, guys, is pineapples. All right, pineapples are actually good for improving kidney function. Now, the only thing we have to remember, if we're eating pineapples, we have to keep them in moderation. Why? Because they're a little bit higher in sugar. All right, now, here's the good thing about pineapples and why it can help to increase kidney function. All right, yes, it's low in potassium. Yes, that's going to help reduce kidney problems. All right, but again, even more importantly, pineapple is rich in digestive enzymes called bromelain, which is going to help reduce inflammation within the kidneys. And again, that's perfect because remember, inflammation is causing damage to the kidneys. All right, inflammation is causing damage to the kidneys. Hey, Mac, good to see you. Cranberry sauce. Yeah, exactly, Sir Crutch. Mac, good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us today. My pleasure, AI. Always a pleasure to answer. No problem at all. All right, so pineapples are great. Also, rich in fiber, manganese, vitamin C. All right, all of that good stuff, which we want. All right, even better than things like kiwis. All right, and the only reason for that is, it can create a little bit of potassium buildup within the kidneys and things like that. Pineapple, if you are a fan, you can enjoy pineapple. But just remember, keep it in moderation because it's just a little bit higher in sugars, natural sugars, guys. When I say sugar, it's natural sugar, fructose, glucose. Fructose is going to be your natural fruit sugar. Again, monounsaccharides, but combining to make sucralose. So just keep that in mind, guys. Have your pineapple, but have it in moderation. I'm kind of in awe right now because I've never seen 48 thumbs up in one stream. Thank you so much, guys. Unbelievable. Okay, if anyone has any foods that they want to ask, please ask, guys. We've gone through healthy fats. We've gone through, bell peppers. Bell peppers are a good one. High in antioxidants, again, which is great for reducing fat within the kidneys, especially with vitamin C. I think pound for pound, bell peppers are one of the highest, have one of the highest vitamin C levels out of any food. Right, I know like one small bell pepper contains over 100% of your daily recommended of vitamin C. So that's tremendous. So high in antioxidants, high in fiber, again, which is very nice. All right, so powerful antioxidants in there, powerful micronutrients, only going to help to improve kidney function. Yeah, were you waiting for bell peppers, AI? I know a couple people were, so that's excellent. So if you guys have any questions, let's go to Marion. So Marion, if you are stuck, because you've already lost a lot of weight. I'm not exactly sure what that is in pounds, but 11, 2.2, probably something maybe like 26, 27. You're getting up there. You're getting close to 30. You deserve 1,000 more thumbs up. Well, I appreciate that, AI. Thank you so much. I appreciate that comment. Thank you again. Thank you again. And we're hitting 49. We are on our way to 50, guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, AI. And shout out to Clifford again for that super chat. Really, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, guys, for all the thumbs up and for all the nice comments like AI is leaving. Mac, I'm doing great. Sorry if I didn't answer that. I'm doing awesome. I hope you're doing awesome, Mac. Hope you're having a great day. But if you're hitting a plateau, All right. The only thing, again, here's the most important thing. If you hit a plateau, all right, to lose weight, it's calories in versus calories out. So if you hit a plateau, you might just be eating too many calories. So write down what you're eating, write down that for a week, and then write it down for another week so you have 2 weeks to compare to each other. All right, and then you can look at the differences. It might be subtle. All right, write down if you're getting any walks or anything like that. And if you're getting, some exercise, anything like that sort of stuff, so you're burning a little bit extra calories. If you're hitting that plateau, I would just make a little bit of a subtle change to the diet. Okay, Marian? I think that's the best way to do it. We're always going to hit a plateau, especially when you lost as much weight as you did. We just have to break through that plateau, and we can do that through diet, and we can do that through a little bit of extra movement. Again, it doesn't have to be high intensity movement. It can be just going out for a walk or anything like that. All right, maybe add an extra day in through there, but don't worry about rushing it. As long as you're staying consistent, you are going to break through that plateau. But I would write down what you're eating. It's just called mindfulness, mindful eating. And I think that's the best way to do it. Okay? So I think, so those are some of the ones that can help improve kidney function, guys. I hope you found that I hope you found today's discussion to be helpful. We've been going for almost 100 minutes right now, just talking about improving kidney function. I really appreciate all the support. Even on the videos, like I know yesterday's olive oil video, you guys showed great support. 50 thumbs up. I don't know if I'd ever thought about seeing 50 thumbs up in one stream, but you guys absolutely crushed it on the thumbs up. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, I don't want to always bring that up, but when someone puts up a super chat, I always like to thank them. I know Deborah has before. I know Clifford did at the very beginning of this stream. So thank you so much. That's the only way that if you guys want to support the channel, again, there's not going to be a PO box or memberships. I want everyone to be able to come into these streams and to get the information. So thank you so much, guys. Wednesday, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to talk probably a little bit about improving liver function. All right, and I think that's going to be interesting as well. And I know a lot of people are going through things like that, either dealing with kidney issues or dealing with liver issues. And again, we want to start addressing some of that stuff on the channel. Do I have a website? I don't have a website, AI, but eventually I will. Eventually I definitely will. I want to start maybe even doing things like just like question and answer and things like that. There's even been some discussion of people wanting a Patreon where I can answer questions directly. I don't know about that. We'll see. I just know it's been kind of thrown out there. Love Light, thank you. I thank you for the comment. Very helpful. Your video is, you're awesome. Well, thank you so much, Love Light. I really appreciate that. Again, I don't want to turn this into like a Patreon super chat thing. I appreciate you guys just coming in and watching and all the thumbs up and all the engagement and just the continued support that way. What time Wednesday, California time? I think it's probably going to be around 9 a.m., 9:30 California time, AI. That's probably going to be the best time that works for me, just so I can get on. Because like I always say, this is not my full-time job. This is just a hobby that I have, and that's something that I enjoy and love spreading and sharing information with you guys. So I'll see if I can fit it in around 9, and if I can, I'll 100% be on there. If it has to be a little bit earlier or a little bit later, then we'll definitely do that as well. But thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. 51 thumbs up. You guys are awesome. And again, I'm really looking forward to on Wednesday's stream, just so we can continue to talk about these really important topics. And again, you're going to see daily videos going up on the channel. Tomorrow should be an interesting one, and I know I have a very interesting one coming up this week. Like I say, I always plan ahead. I never just wake up in the morning and it's like, okay, this is the video I'm going to do. I have days planned ahead where I can do the research and then give you guys the best information. So thank you so much, guys, for all the support. I really appreciate it. Like I said, you're earning your wins. That's awesome to hear, AI. Earning my wings. I love that saying. Thank you for this wonderful channel. It's my pleasure. Thank you guys for coming in and for listening. 53 thumbs up. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you live on Wednesday. Again, we'll talk probably about liver, unless I change my mind, but it's probably going to be liver function. And then we'll continue to go from there. Daily videos are going to still pop up. So thank you very much, guys. And then you'll see a repost of this full live stream up on the YouTube channel as well. So thank you very much. Yes, I definitely will, Ethel. I will definitely keep them coming. Absolutely. There's no turning back now. They're going to be continuing to come every Wednesday, every Sunday. And again, I really appreciate everyone who's been coming in. Man, you guys are blowing up the thumbs up. It's like we're going to hit 60 right now. But, I enjoy them, and I'm just very, very happy to hear that you guys are enjoying them just as much. So thank you, guys. Love to see you Wednesday. Yes, definitely see you Wednesday. Love light. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you so much for the engagement today. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Clifford again. And I will talk to you again. There'll be daily videos, but I will talk to you live on Wednesday. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you all. Have a safe,